Hello there, well it's 6 o'clock, so it's time for a brand new one day special, and you have been so waiting for this one, so much so that you've already started placing your orders before we even went live with the hour. We are talking Stamperia. We are looking at an incredible bundle, the details of which are already on your screen, so I know those phone lines are going to light up, so do check out on the website. That's possibly the best way for you to place your order for this one. Details are there. If you're wanting your one day special already, 863004. You can see your price there of £42.99 with an incredible £9.43 saving, and it is full of all sorts of fabulous goodness. But two flexi buys make it even more affordable on your pocket at just £21.50. Dispatch just a couple of weeks, only the 18th of December, so not too long to wait at all. So I think I've ticked all those boxes. The only thing I need to do is introduce our fabulous demonstrator for the one day special. She's more than a demonstrator though, isn't she? She's our fabulous Leonie. I'm going to hand over to you if that's okay, love.
Behind the screen.
Don't knock yourself out, will you, as you come through?
Knock yourself out. Come round the screen of protection. Okay. This is so ridiculously exciting. Of course, from Stamperia, and thank you, our lovely Hayley. It is exceptionally busy. This is a fantastic collaboration between Antonis and the wonderful Belinda, and they've brought us an absolute world of fantasy. It's so steampunk. It's beautiful. I'm going to take you around some of these samples. These have come from Stamperia. Let me show you this. This is from Antonis. Look at it, it's absolutely gorgeous. You've got all that beautiful grunge layer that he does. The papers are sensational. I mean, he is our Sir Vagabond, and he is from the papers. Isn't that a cool image? Look at the tags. I mean, the tags that Antonis has done are sensational. We've got check ahead because we have got the mould. You can see that beautiful owl. That is one of the moulds, so please get ahead of us for that. We've got extra rice papers. We've got so many goodies. Already 20% of stock has gone. It is so busy. I am not surprised. I need to show you. I am going to take some of these down because I need to get in, because I need to show you. I want to show you all of it. I'll show you this first. I'll show you this. Look at the detail of that. That is one of the moulds. Get ahead for the moulds. Look at that. Now Belinda has sent this in. Isn't that stunning? I mean, so it's beautiful, is this? Because if you watch, have a look on my Facebook, or of course on Stamperia, and they've done this lovely little motion picture reel, only little, but it's where Sir Vagabond, who's coming from New York, is flying over in his fabulous machine. So obviously, I think he must be going over to meet his lady, Miss Vagabond. But it's just beautiful. It's just such a gorgeous story. Look at this as well that Belinda sent him, because this is amazing. Look at that. And she's already into steampunk, you can tell. How cool is that? Okay, the mould. This is another one of the moulds. I mean, it's beautiful. It's flying out the door. That is one of your moulds, gang. You do need to shop ahead for that. That might have sold out before we even get there. Isn't that stunning? Let me show you another piece. I'm going to show you our lovely Cool Cats Crafts. Hello, ladies, because look what they've made. Literally, they've had a couple of days. Look at this. Our Maggie's actually done this one, but look at that. The papers are sensational for your fantastic books, because obviously you've got all your beautiful double-sided papers. So you can create, I've left some yellow post-it notes because Maggie's told me what they are. She says this one is one of the Cool Cats Crafts. Oh, I said it wrong then, didn't I? Cool Cats Crafts. You have to say it slow. Look at that. Ain't that so cool? Isn't that so cool? Then look. The moulds are going to sell out, gang. And look at that. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? I won't show you everything because we better show you. We will show you more of the finished samples. We are going to show you more of the finished samples, but... Right, this isn't the one day special, but it's gone limited stock. I am so pleased I spent all last night making moulds. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Oh my gosh, it's sold out, it's gone. I am so sorry. That has absolutely sold out. Oh, I'm literally, gang, I spent last night doing those moulds. Oh, do you mind? At least this is tall enough so you won't be able to see my tears. Yeah, that's gone. Okay, a third of the one-day special has gone. Are you ready to see these papers? I know, it's just my head. I'm sorry, I should have got a stand. Right, I'm going to show you these papers. Now, you know me, I'm showing you detail. You get in, this is amazing. You get in 2 of your 12 by 12 pads. You then get in 1, and I'm going to show you in detail. You get in 1 of the A4. We do get both of the 12 by 12s, don't we? You then get in 1 of the 8 by 8 paper pads. You're then getting your 2 beautiful washes, rice papers, and they are just amazing. The designs are sensational. You've then got, I mean, this is massive. It's a massive collection. You're then getting your beautiful die cuts, and you're getting so many die cuts. I mean, I'm going to show you the bags, because look at these. They're absolutely full of die cuts. And I mean, you can see there, look at the elements. They're so cool. And because the die cuts, look, they're really nice and thick. I mean, they give you such a beautiful finish to your work. Stunning die cuts. You've then got, you know, the other mould. Boom, there it is. So you know the wings that you saw? That's the mould for the wings. And it's absolutely sensational. Right, I'm going to show you these in detail. So I am going to wreck this as usual. Right, folks, 40% of your one-day special has gone. I must admit, Antonis is such a good designer. I mean, he has got a massive following now, and this is just such an anticipated launch. Okay, let me show you this. Look at these papers, folks. They're stunning. So you've got, look at her. Isn't she just beautiful? Now, this is Lady Vagabond, so of course Belinda's, and I love this combination between, isn't that beautiful, between Belinda and, of course, Antonis. Look at this paper pad. We can't get these separate, can we? It's such a shame, because I'd absolutely tell you to buy more of these. Look at this paper pad. I'm afraid this is a type of paper you don't actually want to cut up. You just want to pop in frames, isn't it? I mean, look at that. That's seriously cool, isn't it? It's so cool. The designs are stunning. Look at the map. I mean, oh, it's just, and look at that. I love this. This is one of my, I must admit, every time I see Stamperia, I love it. Now, I need to show you that, because look at that. And then, look at this, that Belinda sent. I mean, when I opened that, I actually thought it was a real leather book. Look at that, half of the stock has gone, folks. This is a one-day special. We don't have any contingency plans yet. This is a one-day special. Oh, that's all right. Early to bed. Right, are you ready? Sir Vagabond. Ready? These are so lovely. They're all double-sided. You've got loads of beautiful sentiments. With the sentiments, you've got things like this way for adventure. Follow your inner compass. Oh, sometimes mine's proper off track. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. Oh, I love that. But look at that. Isn't that just such a cool paper? I mean, he is fabulous. Absolutely. Look at that. I love these papers. Every single paper is sensational. You've got 10 sheets in each pad. Each one is double-sided. There is not one of these that you won't not want to work with. They're stunning, every single one. Obviously, all double-sided, and the prints are wonderful. I mean, Stamperia are such a good company. The quality is amazing. Obviously, they've got such fantastic designers now. So you're getting your 12 by 12, you're getting both your 12 by 12. With the 8 by 8, and I'm not going to flick through because you have seen the details. With the 8 by 8, that is Lady Vagabond, of course. So you know the papers. I love that you get the 8 by 8 as well, because it's so nice having the smaller elements. The rice papers, look at the detail of these rice papers. These are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. It's just, it is just like a story, isn't it? You know, the imagination behind this is absolutely exquisite. It really does feel like we're going back in time, but we are being transported to a fantastic fairy tale. Now, if you do want to get this, you need to be quick. It is so busy. It is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. But 60% of that one-day special is gone. We do not have a contingency plan. So, if you want to get it, check your baskets out. 2 payments, £21.50, 863004. That's your item number. It's busy, folks. Oh, it's so nice. Right. If you do want anything else, please get ahead. We've already had a sellout of those molds, so please shop ahead for any extras that you wish to get hold of. We're going to show you the rice papers. The rice papers are limited. My demo. These are lovely. All right, they're limited, so you're getting 2 of each design. Look at it. If you can buy more than one, I would. I mean, it's too cool. Look at that paper. And what I love about having the rice paper, when you're cutting up your paper pad and you're gutted because then you don't have a world, at least you've got your rice paper. I mean, look at that. Aren't these stunning designs? Absolutely stunning. This is your A4 set. Beautiful, just beautiful, every single one. I love the colour palette. I love the old London map and the combination between the travel, the adventure, and of course that steampunk. It is seriously cool. If you do want these limited stock, they are going to sell out. They have sold out. So we'll have to do this, won't we? Sold out. Right, the A3, we've still got these. Don't know how we've still got these, because look at these. Now, you're getting 3 sheets here. Again, stunning. The calligraphy pen is beautiful, and it works so well. Look at that. You're getting all 3 for £11.97. And this is your backgrounds now. Anytime I talk about what... your papers, your rice papers, when I'm doing my workshops, you need backgrounds, because otherwise those feature elements, you know, you've nothing to put them on, or you don't sometimes want to cover your detailed ones. You need your backgrounds. And I mean, look at that. How gorgeous is that rice paper? Stunning, stunning, stunning. £11.97 is your price. Brand new today. 3 sheets. £11.97. It's busy, gang. It's busy. And I tell you what, my demo, it'll be right. Check the website out. There is more on the website. Of course there is. We have got loads of different mediums. We've got the beautiful stamps. We've got some of the soft moulds as well, so do check those out. Yeah, it is so busy. I am not surprised at all, because everything is beautiful. The one-day special, 2/3 of the stock has gone. I have no idea what we're going to do after this or how long it's going to last. So please check your baskets out, folks. It is flying. If you've any questions, email in. If you just want to say, oh, I love this, I'd love to hear from you. You know, are you absolutely adoring it? I know there'll be people, like, I can already imagine, like, who's going for this. It's amazing. And I'm going to show you, right, when you come back, I'm going to show you what I spent all last night doing. Because thing is, obviously, I didn't have tons and tons of time to prep. So I spent, look at this, you lovely lot. Look what I was doing all last night. Because honestly, time, you see, I don't have much time, and these take time to do. Look at all this I did last night. And it's sold out. And look at the owl. I mean, I'm sorry, I know he's gone, but if you've got him, honestly, well done. And I say well done, but oh, it's just a thing of beauty. I'm still going to be using him because I've got other stuff. But anyway, I'll move them to one side. I was just showing you because I knew it. When I was doing these last night, the voice in my head that I ignore constantly was saying, are you sure you want to be spending all your time doing this, kid? Are you sure? You'll be right. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I've part done this because obviously time. Oh, did I put stuff in it? No, I didn't. So I've part done it. So where I'm up to, I'm going to show you on the lid where I'm up to, and then you'll know what I've done on that bit. So what we've got on the show, we have got the Allegro paints. Now, I've not used the Allegro paints before. I really like these. These are beautiful, and I really hope Stamperia will bring us more of these here at Hochanda, because they're absolutely stunning. I know Antonis uses the Allegro, and there's some lovely colours in that range. So what I'm going to do first of all, just put a bit on my glass mat, and I don't need too much, and then we're going to add. So all I'm going to do is just work around the edges, okay? Look at that colour. It's absolutely stunning, is this colour. Really like it. Just move that, just pop a little bit more out. I'm being a bit careful, I'm not using too much. It's a really nice high pigment as well, so you're getting a beautiful, beautiful colour with this. Now, I'm going around the edges just because, and I've gone around the edges of the actual, the lid there. I just need to tell you 70% of the stock has gone of your one-day special. We're trying to sort something out. We're trying to come up with a contingency plan. As yet, we haven't got one. And this isn't sales speak, it's the truth. But hopefully something will occur. So put your little Allegro paint on. So remember, we have got that, the details are there with your Allegro. We've actually got in that one, so you've got that beautiful colour, which is your cappuccino. You've then got your gold and your bronze. Really nice paints, those. Only $12.97, brand new today. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm then going to take my gesso. It's a Pentot one that I've got at the moment. Where have I put my palette knife? Right in front of me. So I'm going to take some of that out. I like this one because it's proper thick, and because it's so thick, you can get a really decent texture with this. So all I'm doing is going over the top. Now, I kind of like doing this when my paint is still a little bit wet, because then look how it starts to blend. And I'm not even trying, I'm literally only putting gesso over the top of it. But you get a really nice blend on it. And I'm not trying to, with my gesso, I'm not trying to get it really smooth. I don't want that. Oh, I was going to put my pinny on and forgot. I am going to put my pinny on. I do not want white paint all over my jumper. What I'm trying to do is get a bit of texture there. So don't worry about it being, you know, a bit uneven. That's absolutely fine. So on the next bit, I am going to give it a quick blast dry, because obviously it's all about your layers and popping all the different elements on. And you can see round the edge that colour, and then it goes lighter into the centre. But because we dragged the paint, and I like that. I like we out trying. It already looks kind of cool, you know, especially with the lovely texture going on. Okay, so next, oh, I haven't completely dried that, and I do need to do that. So while that hand's drying, this hand will show you rice paper. So, rice papers. I'm being careful because I've still got gesso there, and I don't want to stick it in my gesso. So the rice papers, these are beautiful. Now you've got 3 of your A3 rice papers. Yeah, let's have a look at picture. I really love these. That floral one is absolutely beautiful. In fact, I've got that here. I'm going to use that floral one on this. They're all beautiful, and you need, like I said, you need background rice papers. They're just such an essential. So I'm going to take the floral just because I can, and because I wanna, and use this one. Now, I mean, with that, you might be, especially if you multiply this, you might be using this for furniture. You know, you might be upcycling, or you might be, I don't know, it could be anything. You know, that's a lovely thing with a design like this. It is so usable. So all I want to do, I want to put a little bit on the lid. Now, I'll tell you what I did. So with the box, this is the rice paper from the one day special, of course, which is sensational. So I've got my rice paper from one one-day special. I've also got some of the wonderful calligraphy rice paper, and I've just started working around the box. So because I've done this already, because I wanted to get this on there and dry, I thought I'd put that, but the way I did it was how I'm doing this. So it's exactly the same technique. And then I want a torn edge. I don't want a straight edge because I love that torn edge because it blends beautifully. So I'm just going to, and I know I've ripped way more off than I need, but that's absolutely fabulous. It is so busy, folks. It's so busy. Oh my gosh, 3/4 of the one-day special has gone. I've absolutely nothing else prepped for demos. Good job, I'm a winger, ain't it? So now I'm using my color gel. I must admit, I really like this. This is one of my, it's funny, isn't it? How you get into a glue. You know what, no, that sounds weird. How you get into a favourite, how you get a favourite. You know what I mean? And I think all crafters do it. But this one, I love it because it's so clear. I mean, that is crystal clear, and it's great because you don't get loads of residue all over the shop, and it's always busy as this. Busy again today, though. You do get 2 tubs of this. I don't normally put the glue on first, and I don't really know why I am, but you do get 2 tubs of this. What I like about this, you don't get any gluey residue everywhere. You don't get it, you know, and it's absolutely matte drying. So even if you do get it sort of where you don't need it, it's not a big deal. It comes off your fingers easy. It's just such a good adhesive. I presume because it is busy, people have already had this and love it. So I presume you'll be buying it again. It's great to use with your actual normal papers as well, but it's fabulous to use with your rice paper. Okay, so that should be enough. So I'm putting it on the back of the rice paper. Do a full sheet, get a full covering. If you've got a full covering, that avoids your air bubbles. But I've never been too stressed about air bubbles with rice paper because you can normally kind of work it back in again. Okay, and then my beautiful rice paper. And I'm just doing a lovely strip of the rice paper coming down like so. Might pop a little bit more on just because I can. I'm just tearing the excess off. Might as well pop that there because it's stuck to my thumb. There. Oh, I love that. So pretty. And because that's already gluey, I'm going to use it. I wasn't going to, but it's gluey. So I feel that if I don't use it, I'm going to end up wasting it. And I'm not doing that. So your glue then goes over the top. So this will help seal it. It works it in. It also coats it. So when we're layering over the top, it means that you've got it's protected. So then when you put like your paints and things on, it's not going to be absorbent, as absorbent as it would have been as a paper. And it also means when you're doing layers over the top, if there's something you need to get rid of, so if you make a mistake, you can always wipe things off as well. So it gives you a little bit of extra sort of, it's almost like a get out clause. Do you know what I mean? Now I'm going to cut that corner off. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to take my water brush and just use my water brush on there just to gently remove that part. I must admit, I was using on my my thing that I've started there, my whatever that is, canvas, I was using all my scraps because you get a bit obsessive with keeping scraps as well. Okay, so that's what I did with my rice paper. Again, I worked round the box and I'm using it as a background, but you know, you can do tons with that. Pop that in there like so. Pop that on there like that. And then give it a blast dry, okay? So you'll dry that. I'm going to move on to this one so you don't have to watch me dry. I prepped. This is it though. I mean, after this. So enjoy this moment because after this demo, we're sailing by the seat of our pants. And then now, I must admit, I've been watching Antonis, and Antonis brings in paint, brings in colour, and actually stipples it onto the rice paper. And I like that. I think that's a nice technique because it starts to blend everything together. And I thought, yeah, that looks really, really cool. So just bringing it onto the rice paper. I'm using the white gesso at the moment, but obviously that paint is going to work beautifully with this. So what I might do is just add a little bit of the paint as well. I am going to mix them both though, so I don't want the paint too heavy. So, I've put a lot out there. I don't like putting a lot of paint out. You know what I'm like, I'm tight. But just get rid of some of the paints. Now, the paint is really busy. Almost a third of the stock has gone. I mean, look how good that looks with the white gesso. And it already starts blending. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And this already, you see, this is only your first layer. But already those elements start to work and start to bring your rice paper in. So it looks like it's all part of the same, you know, it looks like it's not sort of separate elements. So bringing that round like so. And it's nice doing this. That rice paper is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just using an old sponge because that gives you a really nice texture. I'm going to get some more white gesso. I like the white gesso mixed with this because I don't want it too even, actually. I don't want the paint too even. I want the white gives it a really soft, kind of misty look almost, and I think that's lovely over this time. That rice paper is beautiful, isn't it? Oh man, we're over 3/4 of the one day special. This is an issue. I mean, I've got another show at 9 o'clock. No, I haven't. Have I got, is it 9? When's my other? 8. I've got a show at 8, yeah, I've got a show at 8, 9 with Els. But, right, it's an issue, folks. But anyway, enjoy it. Get it while you can, because I don't know how long we're going to have stock, and I don't know what we can do. I know Michelle's on it, but I don't know how on it she can get, because it isn't up to Michelle. It is going to be up to Stamperia, obviously. Okay, so just blend, blend, blend. Did I tell you extended delivery? I will tell you again, 18th of December in December. I mean, this will make such a beautiful Christmas present for someone. It's lovely. And I know I'm doing this, I'm taking my time doing this, but you know what, it's going to sell out, so I might as well do this proper. So I don't want half finished either, because I have so many half finished, yeah, it's my only demo. But I have so many half finished products, and I must admit, I'm a bit obsessed. I made a couple of boxes the other day on my LeBlanc shows, and I was so happy with them. So I want to just finish all my boxes, because I love making boxes at the minute. And I am using a LeBlanc box blank. Okay, so you can see sponging it, but when you're sponging it, don't worry about going into the rice paper. You know, it's your background, it's your layer, and if you keep it too perfect, then it just looks like it's been stuck on. You know, that little bit of texture from the white gesso just looks absolutely gorgeous. And if you go too far, you know, if you have got a splodge that's too much, I mean, some people use the baby wipes. I must admit, there are some decent baby wipes now that haven't got any plastic in and stuff, so make sure you look at that. But I'm just using water on a cloth. But look, it lifts off, and that's because you've put your glue on. If you put your glue on, it is your kind of fail, you know, it's a get out clause. Okay, now let's get texture. Now, you know, I love putting on my my acrylic paints with my spatula, and it just gives you that texture. So what I'm doing here is mixing my my paint with the white gesso, and this will give me that lovely texture on the box. And just be careful. What I do forget is I forget that I'm on a, you know, it's wet, and I will go and stick it down. So just watch that. I just need to clean that off to get a bit out of the tub, because I'm going to get a little bit more out the tub. So get your white gesso, there we go, and then picking those up, and I'll be a bit quicker, but just going round and creating those layers. And again, working over that. And what I love about it, I'm using gesso, so you can still see through some of it, but it's interesting because now it really starts sort of blending together. which looks lovely. And there's people shopping from around the world, which we love that. Email in, where are you shopping from? We would love to hear from you here in the UK. And how much of a fan of Stamperia are you? Again, if you've got photos of any of the old collections, then we'd love to see your photos. Because A, I'm very nosy, but B, I love the inspiration that we get from everybody watching. And especially if you're an Antonis fan, have you been on any of his workshops? I know, obviously, this year that's all been put paid to, but Antonis travels the world these days. And I'd love to know if you've been on one of his workshops, because I bet they're so cool. So, layers, layers, layers. And I'm not being obvious, I'm just slapping it on really, but it says this because it makes me think of, you know, when you do your plastering jobs, but I'd be the worst plasterer in the world. There we go. But I'd love it. And I just like, again, just allowing it to go onto that rice paper. It's funny at first when you use rice paper because you don't want to ruin it. You don't want to work over the top of it. You get dead precious. But then when you do, and it does become a background, but you can still see it, it just looks so good. So it's nice when you get, you know, over that sort of fear of covering the rice paper. So if you're in that place, I know how it feels, because I too have been in that place, which if you're not a crafter, it just sounds like we're mad. But if you are a crafter, you absolutely understand where I'm coming from. Moving that round. So I'm just doing the bottom, because there's no way I want that left plain. I want the bottom of that really nice, like that. Oh, look at that. See, look at all that texture. I mean, it just looks fabulous. And that's just that beautiful paint with good old gesso. Okay, so that's where I'm up to now. So you can see, if I put it the right way around, so you've got the lovely shade. Oops, which one? Overhead. So you can see the lovely look at that. And then obviously, and look how good already everything molds together. It just merges, which I adore. Okay, next set. Now, do I need to have a little break and let me put my pinny on? I want to put my pinny on because I'm scaring myself, which is quite unusual for me. Now, you need to be checking out your baskets. It's so busy, folks. Thank you ever so much. I love it too. It's ace. If you do want anything, you know what to do. Obviously, well, we've got your Flexi, but here's more about Flexi.
Flexi-order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi-order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi-order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi-order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi-order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Wow. That's all I can say. We have had such an incredibly busy hour already. So many of you getting in touch and placing your orders. Now, this is the boring bit. This is when I'm doing the numbers. So this is the bit that you made your list. You know how you've been jotting it down. Get it into your basket, but more importantly, get your baskets checked out. Leonie's getting ready for her next demonstration. We'll be going back there in just a few moments, but it gives me just a few minutes to kind of recap and enhance what we've got here. Bring it to your attention, because the thing is, you're going to have to be quick with this one, because rapidly approaching 80% of the stock has gone. That's the kind of update that we would expect to give you perhaps tomorrow morning, but not during the launch hour. This is important. If you're liking the look of your one day special, we don't know where this is going with regards to this, but if you're wanting this and you're wanting it within that 2 weeks delivery, you're going to have to be quick. you're going to have to be quick. The details are on your screen, but as Leonie's shown us, those papers are absolutely incredible. They're beautiful. The 12 by 12 papers, absolutely jam-packed full of detail. They're double-sided, and of course the beauty is that you've got so many elements in here. I'm with Leonie on this. I wish we could actually offer you a second option to get hold of more of these, because I think once you've got hold of them, you will wish that you've got a second set to run with. But the good news is you've got 2 sets of 12 by 12, so it's not all bad news, is it? It just means that you've got 20 sheets double-sided that you can be able to create with these. And of course that story, I love that, of the Vagabonds. Love it, love the story. The mould. Now, did you miss out on the mould earlier on, or the mould set, should I say? You still are getting a mould within your one-day special. Obviously it's not both of them, but let's face it, this isn't a bad one to go for, with those incredible wings featuring on there. Now I'm just going to bring this up just so as you can actually see, because what you've got in here has got lots and lots of content. And you can see here, if you've ever gone for any of the Stamperia moulds before, you will know about the relief that you've got with these. Incredibly detailed, and of course loads of ways you can work with these. You've got your gears. I mean, look at the size of these elements that you've got here, but they haven't scrimped. Every little detail, even down to the tiny kind of little rivets, nuts and bolts and screws, they are filling in as much area as they possibly can, and then creating the most incredible wings there. I mean, they look phenomenal. You're going to have so much fun with these and using them in so many different ways. It's a big size mould. You're going to be able to create loads of pieces, and of course you reuse it over and over again. But then there's the rice papers. The rice papers are sold out by themselves. If you wanted to get hold of the rice papers, they are within your one-day special. And of course, it's just the way that you use these in so many different ways. I mean, you're going to look at them and you're going to stroke them. You're going to look at them and take in the detail. And each time you revisit these, you will notice areas that you didn't perhaps notice last time. And this is the thing about rice papers. They're just so incredible. I mean, the artists have captured the essence of this kind of range in so fine detail. It's amazing. Forgot about the die cuts as well. You're getting 2 packs of these wonderful die cut elements, and they are incredible. Absolutely phenomenal quality, as you can see with these. Loads within there, as you can see. 44 pieces in the one pack, 60 in the other, so over 100 pieces there. And they're all die cut to perfection, so you can see there all those contents. Can I show you this as well? I don't know whether Leonie managed to show you this one earlier on, but this fabulous little book here. I mean, this is such a wonderful way for you to showcase. I mean, what a fabulous little album that you've got there. Absolutely beautiful. Is this Belinda? Yeah. She's beautiful, isn't she?
And the paper, the front of the book is one of your papers.
See, to be able to do
that looks like it looks like a real
leather
book.
embossed.
It's a paper.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
my
wonderful,
goodness.
though, isn't it?
Absolutely incredible. The photography obviously enhances it, but I love that. You can see the style that Belinda has brought to this one alongside Antonio, and it is just it's a brilliant fusion of 2 amazing people bringing their artistic content to this. So as we can simply just pick up the phone and place an order. The way it's going, you won't be able to do that for very much longer. But you can see here, you are going to be able to create the most incredible pieces, interactive elements as well, because of course you can add those little doors. They're double-sided. This is the beauty of this. So when you are actually using them, you have got that inner detail where you are opening and interacting, and it's not kind of like you've got a white face there that you're going to have to try and fill that with something. Love the detail of the artistry within here, as you can see here. Love the fabulous little words of inspiration, and of course so many little tags and pockets and things that you could be adding to your albums and your memory journals. The books, the book papers, incredible. Absolutely love those. And as I say, you're going to love this. You really are going to have a whale of a time. And I'm so pleased that so many of you placed your orders for this already, because there's going to be a lot of people that potentially could miss out on this one. That's why I would say, if you are watching me and you've seen this recap that we're giving you, you are placing the items into your basket and checking your baskets out. Now, of course, all details of the one-day special are on your screen, 863004, but there are lots of you having a little look on the website and seeing the other things that are available as well, and are adding those into your baskets. So that is the key thing. Perhaps you're adding these in as well. And of course, you can never have too many rice papers, can you? I mean, these are looking beautiful. And I love, again, there is so much content within here. You've got those fabulous different fountain pens there with the nibs. I've seen so many of our fabulous guests coming and bringing the kind of the nibs with butterfly wings. See, that's something you could be doing. Or maybe if you've gone for the one-day special, you could be using the nibs alongside those fabulous kind of industrial wings that you've got within the moulds. Because, of course, you've got the depth of the mould, but you don't have to use it to its entirety. So if you want something a little bit more shallow, then you could do that quite easily. But a lot of content within there. The roses, I mean, these are beautiful. Again, you can be able to use these to mould to so many different reliefs. It could be a frame that you've got. It could be that you're putting it onto a simple box. It could be onto an MDF base. So many different ways you can work with these. And the third and final one, again, this is one of those ones where you've got so many inner layers with this one. You've got music script in there, that gorgeous kind of damask print in there that's got that vintage look to it. And of course, don't forget, you can enhance these yourselves as well. So whether you are applying them to a project and then kind of adding your own additional detail or working on them as they are, you can stamp on these and then apply them to your project if you're wanting to. But to be honest, they look gorgeous just to look at. Basically do nothing else more with them, but I know you'll be doing some fabulous things with them. Just £11.97. Popping that in alongside your one-day special works out an extra £6, so it makes sense to add those in. Also makes sense to add these in because we were talking about adding stamps and enhancing. Lots of you have been taking advantage of these. Now I'm just going to open these up just a little bit because they are two separate items. So you've got your first one, which is your Fly High. Now I don't think we've had a chance to show you these ones yet, have we? Already. What was that, over a third? Over a third of the stock has gone. I'm going to flip these over and show you the underside because we're talking about red rubber with these. They are all ready to go though, so you haven't got to mount them and put them onto any of your kind of your foam. And of course they have got that cling mount there, so they're ready to go onto your acrylic blocks if you're wanting to, or you can just put them onto a piece of acetate. Some of them you'll be using just as they are. You know how we see Leonie just using them and pressing them into your projects when you don't want that kind of detailed print. But of course you have got the ability to use them with a detail print if you so. You could even use the packaging there to carry those across. So that particular one there, you're getting your set called Fly High. Love that dress. Oh my goodness, I so wish I could wear something like that. That looks incredible. The stitch stamp down the side there, that's going to be a useful one to use. And at the bottom there, and this is what you will see, loads and loads of content within these that you'll be able to use time and time again. £10.99 with regards to that particular one. So if you're wanting that one, 540995. Lots of you have been taking advantage of that one. And again, it works out at £5.50 to go in with your one-day special. Can't miss out on these, can you? The next set for you, oh, again, look at this. This is a useful set to have. You've got obviously your uppercase font with regards to this one, and it's called Natural, and I think that's kind of depicting that natural look to them. They've got a bit of a sketchy edge to them. Nice open areas though, so if you are wanting to stamp these and fussy cut them, you could do. Again, it might be that you're going to be stamping them and doodling and infilling those elements, using them on the rice papers, again, making your own sentiments, your own words of inspiration, and of course you can do that time and time again. And a brilliant value bundle there. £10.99, 119853. Dare I say, at that price, I'd potentially be thinking about getting a couple of sets of those. You know, for those words where you've got double letters in there. Of course, you can do them with a single set, but sometimes for convenience, it is good to have a second set there. Anyway, the details are on your screen there, 119853. We've only got about 10 minutes left with the show, so I'm going to hand back over to Leonie. I can hear that she's ripping something up. I'm not quite sure what she's up to, but what was the update? Sorry, over 80% of the one-day special has gone. Leonie, what are you tearing up?
I'm ripping up boxes.
Okay.
Well, it's just for dimension. But anyway, pop that to one side. Let's get back to the box. Okay, so I'm using that one, but I'll finish off where I were with this one. So taking that now, so I've got my gorgeous texture. Obviously I should have given it a blast dry, but I forgot because I started playing. What I'll then do is take my my stencil. Now we haven't got any stencils on the show, sadly, so this is one of Antoni's old stencils, but it works so well with this collection. I'm going to take some cream paste. Let me just make sure which is open. Now you've got a couple of different cream paste on the show. We've got the white cream paste, but you've also got the gold cream paste. Separate kits, obviously, but they work in the same way. And the lovely thing with your green cream paste is your flexibility. If I show you this, have a little look at that. Look, this isn't one of the moulds on the show, but it's a really good way of showing you how flexible that cream paste is. Look at that. It's seriously flexible. It's just such a good product. I mean, that has sold out again and again and again. This isn't one of the moulds on the show, but it just shows you how amazing you can work with the cream paste. Both the white and the gold will work in the same way. So obviously you'll still get that flexibility in the gold cream paste. So really cool stuff. I'm going to use my the white one. I really like this. Now, obviously, you're getting 2 of these. Obviously, it is a paste, so it will work as a texture paste. It doesn't have to be in your moulds. So if I just take my stencil and again take my palette knife, and I'm just going to stencil some design on this. I'm not going to completely cover it. Again, it's just layers, it's just texture. So adding that on, I mean, I love this stencil. It's so cool. And obviously, you can use any of your stencils. I mean, Stamperia have brought out some beautiful stencils throughout the years, and everything seems to mix and match wonderfully. So just popping a few layers on, and with the texture that you've already created, I mean, it works just beautifully. So, and when you've got a stencil, see, I'm not sticking it down, but actually, as you go around the box, it kind of sticks it to the box anyway, so it's absolutely perfect. I'm going to do a little bit down there as well. The cream paste is lovely stuff. The texture on it, it's just fabulous. It feels almost like, look at that, it's almost like shaving foam, but it will dry with that lovely, lovely texture. And I'll just pop a little bit more up here, and then stop playing with my mould, with my stencil. There we go. Hopefully we'll bring you the stencils as well eventually from the Vagabond collection. There. And any cream paste that you don't like or you need to smudge in, because it is very textured in itself, if you want to smudge it in like that, so it's actually coming into your project, you can make it look, again, you can make it look beautiful. Look at that. If you do want your beautiful paste, yeah, it's really nice stuff. If you do want it, please check your basket out, because there's ever that is busy too. And I'm literally just going round so it isn't perfect. So it isn't perfect. There we go. Boom. Okay, happy with that. Now let that dry properly. So one I prepared earlier, because you do need to let it dry properly. Otherwise, it's hard to do all your layers, and I must admit, when I'm demoing, I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at drying everything proper. But if you don't, it's the layers that are a problem. Obviously, you know what I'm like. There's no way I'd leave that, so I'd absolutely clean my stencil. I am going to get a scrap piece of paper, one with a background on it, actually. Let's use that. So if you pop it that way on, so cream paste, because obviously, yeah, it works as texture, but it also works as a beautiful print, and that, when I ink over that, that'll look really, really cool. So it's always worth cleaning your stencil onto your cardstock. And then all I'm going to do is spritz that with water and just clean that off. And I am doing this sort of straight away because I don't want it to set on my stencil. I mean, you can tell, I don't know what, I think that were black gesso that has set on my stencil, but it's fine. There we go. So move that out of the way. So I've got my cream paste, as I say, one I prepared earlier, so this is dry on here. So I've got my one day special rice paper, I've got my cream paste, and I've got the beautiful paint as well. Now this is where, because I've got so many products that I want to use with it, so it's trying to scale yourself back a little bit and not throw everything at it. But let's get a bit of shine in here. Now you've got loads of options for the shine, but we have got, I'm actually going to go with the paint at the minute, or shall I? Yeah, let's just go with the paint. And remember, this is with the Allegra set of paints, and I'm going to use the bronze first of all. Now I'm also going to put that on with a spatula knife, because I do like the that texture again. So not going for a perfect finish of the paint, just going to scrape that on now with my texture knife, with my palette knife, and then see, it starts hitting the raised bits where you've put your texture, and obviously with this, you can just start scraping it on. If you wanted to paint it on, what you would get, and I'm just going to get a dry paintbrush because I've washed my paintbrushes. But if I painted it, look, what I could do is kind of dust it out then, which looks pretty. So you've got that kind of variation. I'm going to be covering this anyway. But when I dust it, you see, I get that big coverage. But let's pop a little bit more like that. And go back with my palette knife on those big areas. And I love it because the rice paper, it really starts sitting into that background. There, so just going round, getting some of those edges. Let's pop a little bit more out. I love that colour of that paint. I think that's beautiful. Pop a little bit more on there, like so. And then just bringing that over, like that. Okay, lovely. So, now I'm going to just start fading this in. So kind of dusting it in, like that. Eesh, been a busy show, gang. Oh, and I've only got 5 minutes. That's good, I'll keep this demo till later. Right, so, look at that paint, it's beautiful. So just merging some of that in, like so. Okay, and then I'll dry this. And then next layer, layers, layers. And you can see I love it, like working it in where the texture is. It just looks so lovely. So one of the other things I wanted to do, I will scoop that paint up. In fact, let's do that straight away. Oh, I don't know where I put my tag. I'll do that later. Nope, my tag's there. This tag is a tag I'm keeping. So every time I'm cleaning it onto my tag. Okay, so I'm picking elements up so I'm not wasting anything. So it means I've got a second project, but that's my, you know, rather than wasting any of the paint, it's going on there. I mean, you can even, when I'm cleaning my brush, so you add water to it, you can even put that on because then you've got a beautiful wash. Because that paint, obviously, you can wash it down. So it's a really nice soft colour. So it's a lovely, so that I always have some extra that you're working on that you can get all your, you know, you're not wasting anything then. And I love that because that then, it's like this second piece that you've created. So let's look where we are. So we've got our box so far. If I give this a blast dry now, glue gun, because then I'll be able to put another layer on. Now, with this at the minute, it's looking all sort of clean and perfect, and we don't want that. So, blast this dry. In fact, before, shall I blast it? No, I'll do this first. I'll do the other layer first. And hopefully, it's quite quick drying is this. It is an acrylic, so because it's an acrylic, where it's thicker, I don't know if you can see that raising. And obviously, that's where it being an acrylic. Like there where it's thicker again, blasting it dry. And I love that because it's that gorgeous texture. And with something like this, it's absolutely perfect. And it's such a nice colour, is that bronze. Okay, so nearly there. I won't have time to completely finish this, but I'll show you next bit. Now, I know Antonis has got a wonderful paste that he brought out with Stamperia. I haven't. I have got some somewhere, but this was the one I've got, which is laser gel from Pentart. And it's not quite as rich as Antonis's paste, so do have a look at that. But I'm only going to do a few sections with this because of time. But, because how much time have I got? About 2 minutes. So I'm going straight over with the laser gel. I do the full thing, okay, and then what I'm doing is taking off the excess. So you do the full thing like that, and then just move that out of the way. I've got a cloth, soft cloth with water, and then just knock some of this back and see, you'll get, look at that. And because it's got the glue on, I love this because look how some of it comes back. some of it doesn't. And if you want it to really come back, give it a proper scrub. We have got another product on show which I will be talking about. Well, yeah, we'll probably do that tomorrow. But look at that, the rice paper now. Can you see how fabulous that looks? And just scrubbing that back like so. And now I've only got about a minute and a half, haven't I? See now, look at that compared to that. Doesn't it start looking fabulous because it looks so textured? And I love how the paint, it's still there, but it starts to go really, really like intense, does that colour. Right, I have only got a minute, so we'll finish. I'll get that to next bit, but if you want anything, you're going to have to check those baskets out. That 1 day special, the details, I should look at you. Over 80% of the stock has gone. We've had literally 1 live hour. Over 80% of the stock has gone. It's a fabulous bundle. The designs are just beautiful. But if you want it, you are going to have to check your baskets out. 863004. Oh, I'm so pleased you loved it as much as I did because it's gorgeous. I will see you not in the next hour, but in the one after that. We are Els. And then, of course, I've got the 1 day special with whatever's left. Oh, other way around. I don't know where I am, do I? I just need some soup. Please check your baskets out, folks. Thank you ever so much for joining me and our lovely Hayley. Enjoy, because it is absolutely gorgeous.